"Where's my three-legged goat?" Yes, the infamous Mr. D. We all had him last year. And he taught you regulars biology or honors biology. And he taught us things we didn't really need to know. He taught us things we really wanted to know. And he taught us really confusing things at times. And in my opinion, the most confusing thing he ever taught us was by a long shot genetics. We were copying down notes one day, just trying to understand what he was talking about. And he began to say something like, "You're supposed to look like everyone in your family, or at least one person." And when I was just copying down the notes, I wrote it, but I didn't get it. I mean, the one thing I was thinking in my head that day was, "Are you serious? I look nothing like my family. You're joking." And it's true. Everyone in my family has skin that's 15 shades darker. And they have long, thick, brown, gorgeous, silky hair. And they're just really smart, all of them. And I'm pale, have a gimp leg, and I have coarse jet black hair and oblivious to the world sometimes. And whoever's up there, whoever's in charge of this, obviously wanted to make a black sheep in the family. Well, they win. And it's not just the fact that I look like a black sheep. It's not like there's a big billboard sign on my head that says, "Hey, you don't look like anyone in your family." It's the little things. Things like, my baby sister is born gorgeous with big brown eyes and just gorgeous. I mean, are you seeing this? And I was a little pasty white infant with slits for eyes and barely any hair, for that matter. Or it's the fact that at my cousin's wedding over the summer, the photographer pulled me aside and asked, "Are you supposed to be there?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Well, this is a family picture." Well, in my family. Really? I mean, it's not just little things. It's really, and I love my family, even if I look nothing like them. I mean, they're just so embarrassing. I mean, I loving them. I just love them. But it's hard to love them when you're almost bright red and trying to ship yourself off to Timbuktu. That never worked out. It's hard. I mean, I could try to explain how embarrassing they are, but you would not get it. But I'll try. My father and I were on our daily run to Dunkin' Donuts before school, and I was reading my world history textbook. We had a big test the next day, or that day, and I was just so nervous because those tests are pretty hard. And my dad's like, didn't you study that last night? I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, but I want to do really well on the test." He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Get donuts." And I didn't get it. I'm like, "Dad, I just want to do well. I mean, everything counts." And he's like, "But you studied too hard. 724 all the time." And I write down, I just kind of stared at him. I'm like, 24/7. He's like, no. I'm right, you're wrong, stop talking, get a donut. Yes. And I stared at him and I'm like, "Really? Okay, Dad." And that was the end of that. Then a few months after that, my mom and I were at the grocery store and Dr. Arley had talked to me earlier about a thespian competition, or just trying to get some training for that because he thought I had some potential. And I was really excited to tell my mom because it would have been the first form of acting I would have ever done. And I couldn't wait, I couldn't contain myself. And we were pulling the cart down the frozen food aisle, or pushing the cart down the frozen food aisle. And I was like, "Hey, Mom." She's like, "Yeah?" "I'm gonna be a thespian." She's like, "What? What are you talking about? No daughter of mine is gonna be chasing after girls romantically. Are you kidding was at full volume and I was turning different colors I didn't know existed, or the fact that everyone in Publix knows that, or how disgraceful I'm to the family, etc., etc., etc. And a few months after that, we were all taking a family trip to Las Vegas. I know. And we're going, and before we could get there to the City of Lights, we had to go through airport security. And we're usually pretty good about this. We travel all the time. But then, the inevitable happened. Surprise screening. Ah! So my dad is like all prepared. He has everything in his little belt. And we're going through, and my dad, his belt has metal in it, of course. So he pulls up his shirt, and this man is not quite, you know. So he lifts it up, and the entire world knows that he needs to go to the gym more often. And I was just mortified. I was doubled over, and I'm like, please, make me crawl into a hole and just disappear forever. Right then and there, I just wanted to disappear. But as crazy as it sounds, they're my everything. I mean, their weird antics, their things that make me want to cry because it's so mortifying, really shape me. I mean, you guys see me, I scream around and don't really care about my gimp leg. I don't care. It's because they built my character. I wouldn't be able to do everything I am doing today if it weren't for them. And they've taught me to be proud of my roots, as white as they are. They've taught me to love everything about myself, even if no one else likes them. And I wouldn't trade anything about myself, or anything about them for that matter, because they're the most important people in my life. And even if they need to go to the gym, or understand what a thespian is, or know phrases right, I'm okay with being the black sheep or the Casper in the family, the loving nickname they've put on me. I'm okay with it, because I'm alright, and they love me anyways. And I'll work at being okay with it too, even if it takes 7/24.